it feels to me, after these first two interviews that we have this sort of like mycelium like relationship. That somehow you're already aware of what's in my awareness as far as questions go. I can see that with others in Karen's Patreon group. It's like all along you're speaking to things that are coming up in my healing studies and practices, conversations with others. Can you elaborate like more on how that works, or if this is indeed like the relationship?
Well, we've said before that when you're aligned with Source, that Source answers before you ask. That is what we wish to demonstrate to you through these interactions, is the notion that when you're in alignment, things are provided for you before you ask. And so the reason that we have been answering questions before you ask them is to provide a demonstration of that truth. Because humans think that in order for everything to go well, and in order for everything to be, in order for them to be safe, that their mental construct has to be involved. They have to think about it. They have to plan it out. They have to set goals. This is how the mind works. And we wish, and that is fine if you prefer to live that way. There's nothing, quote unquote, wrong with that way of living. But as we've said before, we are here to provide different perspectives. And so this is a different perspective, the perspective that your mental capacity, your mental construct doesn't have to be as involved in your life as you think it does. So when you're aligned with Source and when you're in the flow, your life just flows. And things come to you before you even know that you need them. And questions are asked before you even are aware that you hold them. And that's how it unfolds when you're in alignment with Source. So we are providing this perspective for you to observe so that you can consider a different way of living. It is a way of living that is more from the heart and less from the head, less from the mind. Less thinking about everything all the time. You tend to overthink. So that is one aspect we wish to bring to your awareness. The other aspect we wish to bring to your awareness is that, yes, when you are in alignment with Source, you are in alignment with all that is, all the other beings around you. You're aware of your interconnection with that. You're aware of the interconnection in smaller groups, such as this Patreon community that Karen has started. You're aware of your interconnection with each other because questions are answered before they're asked, because synchronicities occur. You're aware of an energetic connection there. So that is another byproduct of heart-centered awareness. Living in alignment with Source is this awareness of interconnection. And not just with the beings in this reality. You are a multi-dimensional being. So you're always, each and every one of you are connected with aspects of yourself in other dimensions and other beings in other dimensions. And there is a saying in your reality, like attracts like, and that is very true, but not just in the dimension that you can see, hear, feel, and touch. Also within other realms and other dimensions of reality, those of like, we're going to say like heart, but we're like mind, but we will say like heart. Those of like heart, those of like energy, those of like intention come together for collective co-creation and collective evolution. And that is the case with all of us participating within the Patreon group and all those who are finding this information interesting or resonant. We are drawn to each other because we have a collective interest, a collective intention. That intention is, we have described it before as healing. We've also described it as realignment. We've also described it as ascension. It's the process of aligning yourself with your soul self Those that have that interest will be drawn together. And so that is what is occurring when you feel this unfoldment that feels a little bit more multidimensional, a little bit more magical than you may experience in other aspects. It's because you are aligning with your source self, and when that energy begins to flow into your life and into your being, all sorts of interesting and magical things start to unfold, and you realize that your perception of reality from your human mind up until this point may not be accurate. There may be more to reality than your human mind can even understand. And so when that actually begins to show itself in your reality and in your circumstances and in these daily events, it shifts your perception. And as we've said right from the beginning, that is one of the main reasons we're here, is to shift your perception.